Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are here in, I call this my broadcast room. I do my my religious broadcasts, my Bible broadcasts here on Sundays. Also, this is a place where I have some of my performance photos that you guys have probably seen in the past. If you have watched any of my videos, then you know that I come from a performance background, and I even have on my performance, so to speak, outfit on this morning. But what are we talking about? We're talking about Maverick performance. Is the Maverick a performance vehicle? And I would have to say yes, in some respects. You see, my father raised us up in a Ford family, and I have grown up enjoying or seeing or being around the presence of Ford performance vehicles. I am a little biased when it comes to that. Some of these great and grand photos that grace the walls of my basement are those photos that I use for inspiration. Those photos off of the internet, and even some of those that have just been purchased by me. Yes, I love performance vehicles. So not only have I drooled over performance vehicles of others, I've even had some of my own. The 92LX Pro Street car, for which this channel is named. Yes, we had the Mach 1. Yes, we had the race red Mach 1, complete with 6-speed and active exhaust. What a great performance car it was. I can't say that I regret any of the time that I had with that car. A red is a color that I normally would not purchase, but it was certainly stunning. But we had to move on. Very expensive car to keep. But you know, life goes on. And then as we transitioned from the Mach 1, we got one of my dream cars of all times, the 66 Ford Fairlane. A throwback car that I intended on doing a resto moderation to, where we would, upgrade the suspension. We started, and I just could not bring myself to modify such an original piece of art from Ford Motor Company, the 66 Ford Fairlane. But in all of those things we did with the Mach 1, start going to some of the track events. We went to the track attack with the Mach 1, and we learned that we love going around. One of the things we learned about YouTube in this process is that just because you have a nice car doesn't mean you're going to blow up. Sometimes it's the least likely that people are interested in, things that people can identify with. I guess I'm kind of that guy too. I'm just an average guy who's had the opportunity to own some pretty remarkable cars. And so the journey has taken us from the Mach 1, the 66 Fairlane, and now to the Maverick. What are we going to do next? Which, when I said on the other video that the Maverick was the best vehicle I'd ever had to date, I was not just referring to anything, everything. I was saying that the Maverick was the best all-around vehicle that could do a lot of things, such as hauling, daily driver, utility. Yes, the Mach 1 was probably the greatest performance car that I ever owned. And then we did have the classic 66 Fairlane that also was on this channel at one point. Which all leads us to the question of the day. Is the Ford Maverick a performance vehicle? And for me, I'm just going to say yes. And why would I say that? Well, one, I know a little bit about performance, and I've had some performance vehicles. I've been to track attacks, schools for automotive racing. I have been down the 1320 quarter-mile drag strip in Mustangs, and even, I will say, we even went down the strip in the Maverick. Yes, we had a fantastic time at the drag strip, recording a 1491 at 93 miles an hour. It was fun, but I didn't have any competition. I needed somebody to run against me. What's going to happen next time? Next up, we took the Maverick out for the track attack at Dominion Raceway. We had a fabulous time. We were able to keep up with some of the more sportier cars, and the Maverick held its own. With the lowering springs and the 19 by 8.5s and the fresh Nitto tires, we made a good run out there at the track. My good friend Antonio, he accompanied us out there on the track, but none of the other people who are on these Maverick clubs were there. Wonder why? The Maverick. We're talking about the Maverick. So let's talk a little bit about it. In the last video, we talked about all of the things that we've done in the 22,000 miles, all of the accessories, but we did not highlight the performance of the Maverick. So let's talk about that. As you will see on the back of this window, although the sticker is starting to fall off, Eibach springs. So the Maverick rides on the Sport Eibach springs, the lowering springs, and the Motegi wheels, 19-inch wheels and tires, 19 by 8.5s all the way around, and the Nittos. Yes, they perform flawlessly. We talked about that already. And I will say this. We have taken the Maverick to the drag strip, and we have taken the Maverick to the track. We had the track attack last year, back in, I believe it was June, July, somewhere around there. And to my surprise, there were not enough people who believed that either I was going to do it or they were afraid to do it themselves to take their Maverick to the track attack. Only one brave soul went with me to the track attack that we planned for months to go to. Even though I posted the video and the invitation to folks on the Maverick truck site, all those things, we didn't have but one guy, and his name is Antonio, who rode through and took part in the track attack. That being said, I'm going to ask you guys a question. If we have one this year, now Antonio's already told me that if we have another one, he's in. He enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. I even took my daughter with me in the Maverick, and on the back stretch at Dominion Raceway, we clocked 97 miles per hour in the Maverick. The daily driven Maverick, the truck that people don't want to call a truck, the car that people don't want to call a car, the sport utility that people don't want to call it a sport utility. Yes, we did all of that in the Maverick. So, do we have any people who are believing that the Maverick is a performance vehicle? Is it designed specifically for that? Absolutely not. It's designed to do a lot of things. It's designed to get great gas mileage. It's designed to hold your items, carry your family, haul some things. But yes, you too can tailor your Maverick to be a performance vehicle. Mine is not set specifically for performance. It's set to do whatever I need it to do. whether it's going to the track attack or the drag strip. So that is the question that we're going to ask in this video. One, how many people, if we have a track attack, are going to come? If we have a day when we go to the drag strip, how many brave souls are going to actually show up? Because I'm only going to go if you guys want to go, and if you want to go, let's do it. So I'm going to put that out there. So let's do a little something to the Maverick today. Not a big performance mod, but something I've been wanting to do. So what are we going to do? We're going to literally put the pedal to the metal. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look down here. Very ordinary, right? Well, guess what? We have something for these ordinary looking pedals. We ordered a performance enhanced looking pedal replacements. The directions are pretty simple. Pretty much because it only tells you pull this off, put that on. It doesn't explain to you how, just a few brief pictures. And let me tell you what, I wrestled with these pedal covers, if you will, the longest time. It took me longer than I even want to admit on this video to get these doggone things on. I will advise you this: before you attempt to pull these pedal covers over top of the metal, you have to pull the old rubber pieces off on the brake pedal. On the gas pedal, the new pedal goes directly over it, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you would take those pedal covers in someplace that's very warm, because it was very cold out there today, so it was extremely hard to squeeze those pedal covers over. Now, even getting the old rubber pieces off was not a piece of cake. I wrestled and I wrestled and I wrestled. Voila, there you have it. Now that wasn't so hard, now was it? Don't they look kind of nice? Yeah, they do. So we're ready to put the pedal to the metal. Are you coming or not? So, how many Maverick owners are brave enough to go to the track attack or the drag strip? Let's find out. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed, happy new year.